Welcome to NYNJPA Weather, your weather source for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino, and this is the weekend edition for April 15th. Well, I'll first start with the visible satellite picture for Friday morning at 10 a.m. And what I want to show here is that we have high pressure that is currently sitting over the St. Lawrence River Valley. And as you can see, skies are clear throughout much of New England and western New York. However, notice that clouds are starting to form over the New York City metropolitan area. In fact, they're even starting to expand into southeastern Pennsylvania and northeastern Pennsylvania. What is going on here? Well, basically what we have setting up is that high pressure is sliding towards the New England coast, and that is producing a northeasterly wind to easterly wind at almost all levels of the atmosphere. So what we're basically doing is transporting a significant amount of moisture from the Atlantic into the northern mid-Atlantic. And as a result, that moisture is being lifted up over the mountains, specifically the Pocono Mountains. And as you can see, you're starting to get these low clouds and mid-level clouds starting to develop. And these clouds will continue to develop as the marine air mass builds into the northern mid-Atlantic. Now, initially, northeastern Pennsylvania will be cloudy at first. And then these clouds will expand in coverage throughout all of the coastal plain, and last but not least, parts of northern Connecticut. It's going to take a little bit longer in northern Connecticut. Actually, for much of today, I would not be surprised if temperatures end up warmer in northern Connecticut than they do in central New Jersey because of this cloud cover and the sun's able to stay out longer. So that's the first part of what should be a very active weekend of weather. This high pressure system is going to be key. Let's take a look at the surface map this hour. Here's our surface map at 10 a.m. on Friday morning, and as you can see, our high pressure system is over the St. Lawrence River Valley. And again, I'm expecting that high pressure system over the next 48 hours to move towards the New England coastal waters. Meanwhile, we have a very powerful low pressure system over the southern and central plains. This low pressure system has already produced significant severe weather over the southern plains with very impressive F3 and possibly F4 tornadoes. And also it's slated to produce a blizzard in the northern plains. So this low pressure brings everything to the table. For us, this low pressure system will move towards the Great Lakes. And notice this purple front that's over Missouri. That's called an occluded front. That front is going to expand and grow in strength and move towards the northern mid-Atlantic. The problem is that this high pressure system isn't going to move very fast. Now you see how the pressure gradient is tightening over the central plains and parts of the central Great Lakes. Well, that's going to happen over the northern mid-Atlantic as well, and it's going to support a very strong southeasterly wind over the entire northern mid-Atlantic starting late tonight and continuing on through Sunday morning. Let's take a look at the latest forecast guidance for Saturday night. This is the European model guidance from the Penn State EWOL, and this is at Saturday night. Now, a few things before we get to this point on Saturday evening. First, throughout tonight into tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, we can expect winds to increase from the southeast and clouds to also increase. There could be a chance of some advection fog along the immediate coast tomorrow morning with this marine air mass building in. But the key point here is that by tomorrow afternoon, by Saturday afternoon, winds will be from the southeast anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour. That's pretty impressive ahead of this cold front slash occluded front. By Saturday night, I'm looking at a start time at around 7 p.m. I expect the steady heavy rain to start to move into eastern Pennsylvania. Ahead of this heavy rain, there could be a few scattered showers, but they'll be light and they'll be scattered and will not impact the entire northern mid-Atlantic. But by 7 p.m., that steady heavy rain is going to move in. Now, we have a combination of a strong pressure gradient, which means we're going to have very windy conditions, winds anywhere from 15 to 25 miles per hour on Saturday night into early Sunday morning. We're also going to have wind gusts over 40 miles per hour because we're going to have a strong, what's called a low-level jet. That's around 850 to 900 millibars, basically where the planes fly. And some of that air is going to get mixed down to the surface and produce strong wind gusts. But then we have another caveat with this entire storm is that some of the rainfall is going to have embedded thunderstorms in them. And these embedded thunderstorms, although I'm not expecting any of them to be really severe, they'll be capable of transporting the full force of the low-level jet to the surface and produce brief wind gusts over 50 miles per hour. I expect this to be an isolated threat, but still a threat nonetheless. Rainfall amounts will range anywhere from a half an inch along the immediate southeast Jersey coast, let's say around Wildwood and Atlantic City, to over 2 inches in some locations, especially over northeastern Pennsylvania, where some orographic lifting could enhance this rainfall a bit. So clearly, we are dealing with a very intense and impressive rainstorm setting up. And also, these winds are going to cause some significant problems with travel. So, the overall story here is that if you don't have to go out on Saturday night, don't. Stay in, enjoy a movie, but whatever you do, do not be driving around after 8 p.m. with this rainfall coming in, because visibility is going to drop to near zero at times. And if you have a high profile vehicle, these wind gusts will be dangerous for those vehicles. The good news is that Sunday doesn't look all that bad. By Sunday evening, this storm is well off into Canada, and we're under the influence of a high pressure system over the southeast coast. In fact, by Sunday afternoon, skies will clear, temperatures will rise into the mid 60s, and you'll be saying, what storm? Because it's going to be very, very nice by Sunday afternoon. So get through Saturday night and then basically do everything that you want to do on Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon. Both time periods will be dry. Sunday's going to be the best day out of this weekend. This is the forecast for Tuesday evening. Now, the key to the forecast for early next week is going to be the position of this stationary front. Every model run that comes through has a stationary front at a different location. And as a result, you end up with some forecasts with highs in the 70s and 80s, and other forecasts in the 50s and 60s. And the reason why is because the models are still trying to deal with exactly where this stationary front is going to set up on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. My belief is that this stationary front will stall out around the Hudson Valley and through Connecticut, and New York City and Philadelphia will remain on the warm side of this boundary. Of course, a lot of this has to do with the strength of the high pressure system over Canada. The stronger that high pressure system is, the more likely that the cooler and more raw air mass will be able to build in. Notice the location of this high pressure system. It's pretty similar to what we're going to be seeing this weekend, which means we're going to be dealing with northeasterly winds, cloudy skies, and drizzle all over the place. Not exactly the best weather conditions for early part of next week. But again, if this front is a little bit further north, which I think it will be, then conditions aren't too bad. Scattered clouds, dry conditions, and temperatures in the mid 60s to mid 70s. There is an isolated shot at some lower 80s if everything works out just right on Wednesday. And then as we move towards Thursday evening, the cold front will move through that's associated with this low pressure system over eastern Canada. And there is a potential for a few strong to severe thunderstorms on Thursday afternoon, as the air mass will be rather warm ahead of this front. So look for temperatures in the lower to mid 70s on Thursday afternoon, followed by showers and thunderstorms in the late afternoon and evening hours. Thank you for trusting in NYNJPA Weather as your weather source for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Have an excellent weekend.